Chapter 21 A Hero Saves a Beauty. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Creature, Flower Fairy. Level 20. Description, extraordinary intelligent creatures living in the secret garden, with special abilities. Monster, Winter Leopard King. Level 23. Description, the Snow Leopard King infected by the evil spirit, bloodthirsty and brutal, extremely vicious. Wang Chen hid in the corner, not daring to make a sound. He secretly threw an identification spell over, and the detailed information of the Flower Fairy and the Snow Leopard appeared in front of him. This Winter Leopard King was indeed infected by the evil spirit. On the other hand, the Flower Fairy was not infected, and his expression and eyes remained rational. Roar. At this moment, accompanied by a roar full of rage, the Winter Leopard King could no longer hold back, and his muscular and strong limbs suddenly exerted force, wrapped in a fierce evil spirit, and rushed towards the Flower Fairy, facing the Winter Leopard King, who was 3 levels higher than her. The Flower Elf's face was solemn. She didn't dare to be careless at all and waved her hand. Crash. Several thick thorn vines emerged from the ground and bound the Winter Leopard King. However, swish. The Winter Leopard King waved its extremely sharp claws and cut off the thorn vines in one go. The next moment, it opened its bloody mouth and sprayed a frost breath containing the breath of the evil god directly at the Flower Elf. The Flower Elf didn't expect that the Winter Leopard King had such an unexpected long-range attack method. A trace of panic appeared on her cute little face. She waved her hand hurriedly and gathered the petals around her in front of her to form a shield, but this obviously couldn't stop the Winter Leopard King's breath-killing move. The petal shield was shattered in an instant. The surging frost breath was about to hit the Flower Elf. The Flower Elf's face was already filled with despair. It's over. If he were hit by this frost breath, he would definitely be frozen into an ice cube. The end result would be that he would be smashed to death by the claws of the Winter Leopard King. The Flower Elf closed his eyes and was ready to accept his fate. Seeing this, the Winter Leopard King's blood-red pupils, as thick as copper bells, flashed with pride. He was going to swallow this delicious Flower Elf in one gulp. But at this critical moment, swish! A figure suddenly passed by. The Winter Leopard King only felt a flash in front of his eyes. Crack. Then his frost breath missed. He widened his leopard pupils, turned his head suddenly, looked to the side, and a deep surprise appeared in his pupils. Human. There is actually a human here. That's right. At this critical moment, Yun Chen appeared heroically. The Flower Elf, who had already accepted his fate and died, was protected in Yun Chen's palm. The Flower Elf was so small that it looked like a beautiful doll, not even big enough for Yun Chen's palm. She shivered and opened her eyes carefully, and found that she was not dead. She looked up and saw a handsome human face. Are you okay? Yun Chen asked. Flower Elves are intelligent creatures. In the previous life, many players thought that the intelligent creatures in this game were AI. In fact, they are not. The intelligent creatures in the game are all intelligent beings with their own intelligence. They are very smart and can understand various languages. Players can talk to them without any obstacles. When the end of the demonic disaster comes, the intelligent creatures in the game will also come to reality. The Flower Elf can feel the kindness of this human being towards her. She hurriedly stood up and bowed slightly to Yun Chen. The Flower Elf expresses gratitude for your life-saving behavior. The Flower Elf's favorability towards you has increased to 60%. A prompt appears on the screen. 60% favorability is already the level of considering it as a good friend. From 0% to 60%, it seems that the life-saving behavior really made the Flower Elf feel very good. Don't be in a hurry to thank. That big snow leopard is still eyeing us. The two of us have to find a way to work together to solve it, otherwise we will all die here. Yun Chen said softly. The Flower Elf also nodded, and then looked at the Winter Leopard King in the distance with a serious face. I will fight head-on and help you attract its attention. You secretly accumulate your ultimate move next to it and find an opportunity to kill it with one move. Yun Chen stared at the Winter Leopard King and said in a deep voice. The Flower Elf looked at Yun Chen worriedly, and uttered a cute syllable with difficulty. You are only level 8, can you beat this big leopard? Although the Flower Elf is an intelligent creature, it has always lived in this garden secret before, and has never communicated with other creatures, so she can't speak herself, but can simply make syllables to express her meaning. With the built-in translation function of this special game, Yun Chen could easily understand what the flower elf meant. "It's okay, trust me." Yun Chen smiled. He also reached out and touched the flower elf's head. The flower elf felt the warm palm of this human, stared blankly at the smile on Yun Chen's face, and finally nodded firmly. Okay, I will complete the charging of the big move as soon as possible." Roar! At this moment, the Winter Leopard King was completely furious and let out a deafening roar. A small level 8 human dared to snatch the prey from its hands. He was looking for death. The Winter Leopard King's hatred towards you has increased to 95 points. Please be careful. The lowest hatred value is 0 points, and the highest is 100 points. The Winter Leopard King's hatred value towards Yunchen suddenly soared to 95 points, which means that it already hates Yunchen to the bone. Irreconcilable. Humph. What are you barking at, little leopard? Come and kill your grandfather if you have the guts. In response, Yunchen sneered and taunted. The Winter Leopard King's hatred value towards you has increased to 100 points. Please be careful. Roar! Accompanied by a roar, the Winter Leopard King rushed straight towards Yunchen. Yunchen dared not be careless. It's time to show his skills. To be honest, if he hadn't obtained the equipment, the swift boots of the evil Wolf King, Yunchen would never dare to save the beauty at this time, and with the swift boots of the evil Wolf King, Yunchen's agility has been greatly improved, and he has the capital to pull. What he has to do now is to buy time for the Flower Elf. I bet that the Flower Fairy's killer move can kill the Winter Leopard King in 1 second. Of course, even if the bet fails, it's okay. At most, I can continue to think of a way the next day. It's just death in the game, not a big deal. Swish. Under Yun Chen's superb body operation, the character quickly turned and dodged the Winter Leopard King's attack several times in a row. Boom! A winter breath sprayed out. Yun Chen suddenly turned sideways. This breath almost passed by. If it hit, Yun Chen would be frozen into an ice cube on the spot and die directly. There is no way. The 23rd level Winter Leopard King, if it was scratched by it, the 8th level Yun Chen would have to empty his blood. Roar! The continuous failure of his attacks also made the Winter Leopard King extremely embarrassed, saying that you, a human, are even more disgusting than a mouse. Chapter 22 Flower Fairy's Contract Kiss. You are listening at novelfull.audio. At this moment, the flower elf in the distance also sent a signal to Yunchen, indicated that he had completed the charging of the ultimate move. The flower elf was surrounded by beautiful flowers, and a terrible magical energy slowly spread, not to mention Yunchen, even the furious Winter Leopard King noticed it. Roar! Looking at the flower elf with a soaring breath, the Winter Leopard King realized that something was wrong. The Winter Leopard King was also an intelligent creature, and naturally understood the principle of seeking benefits and avoiding harm. Seeing that the situation was not right, he actually put Yunchen down and turned around to escape. This is an intelligent creature. Know how to escape. Know how to think. If it were those ordinary monsters, they would only have pure killing in their eyes, and they would not be afraid even if they saw the opponent using a big move, seeing that the Winter Leopard King was about to escape. Humph. Want to leave now? It's too late. Yunchen sneered. The Winter Leopard King rushed towards the exit regardless of anything. Seeing a stone door blocking the way, he didn't think twice and just ran into it. It wanted to break the stone door and escape. Yunchen smiled slightly when he saw this. It seems that this Winter Leopard King is indeed an evil monster that has been refreshed here out of thin air. If it came in from the main gate, it must know that the gate is covered with poison. Looking at its move to smash the stone door, Yunchen shook his head slightly. The next second, boom. A woo! The Winter Leopard King really hit the stone door, but instead of smashing it, it was instantly poisoned by the poison on the stone door and screamed. That was Yunchen's intention. He blocked the stone door again in advance. It was to prevent the Winter Leopard King from escaping. From the moment he decided to be a hero to save the beauty, he had already planned the subsequent steps. The Winter Leopard King, who was infected with the poison, rolled on the ground, screaming, and his health dropped by 50%. Yun Chen was a little emotional when he saw this. It is worthy of being a level 23 Winter Leopard King. This poison would kill Yun Chen if he touched it. But it only lost 50% of its blood. This shows how tenacious its vitality is, and at this moment, the Flower Fairy's ultimate move is completely ready. This is her home court. The Flower Fairy, who has accumulated the ultimate move, exudes a dangerous aura that even Yun Chen feels numb on his scalp. She raised her little hand and pointed at the Winter Leopard King from a distance. Boom boom boom. The ground was shaking continuously. The next second, crash. A group of extremely thick thorny vines emerged from the ground. The thorny vines tied up the Winter Leopard King with lightning speed. Roar! That the Winter Leopard King roared unwillingly, opened his bloody mouth, and was about to bite off the vines with his sharp teeth. However, no matter how hard it tried, it couldn't bite the vines. The Flower Fairy's expression was cold, and she was full of murderous intent towards the Winter Leopard King, and clenched her little hand. The thorn vine twisted suddenly. Puff! In a split second, the Winter Leopard King was squeezed into pulp and completely killed. The Winter Leopard King has been killed by the Flower Elf. You have gained 10,000 assist experience points. Congratulations, your level has been raised to level 10. Yun Chen saw this and relaxed and exhaled. It wasn't easy. The fight with the Winter Leopard King was so exciting. If you don't pay attention, you will be killed instantly. Now that the Winter Leopard King has been killed, Yun Chen is relieved. The only regret is, what he gained was assist experience. If it was kill experience, it would be at least 50,000 points, which would soar to level 15, because Yun Chen was originally level 8, he must have gained a lot of experience by killing the level 23 Winter Leopard King, but it's okay. At this moment, as soon as Yun Chen turned his head, the Flower Elf had already flown in front of him. The Flower Elf opened its eyes and stared at Yun Chen deeply. Yun Chen really didn't dare to move, because he didn't know if the Flower Elf would attack him on a whim. The Flower Elf stared at Yun Chen for 10 seconds, and finally, Baji, the Flower Elf gently left a kiss on Yun Chen's forehead. You have obtained the contract kiss of the Flower Elf. The Flower Elf's favorability towards you has increased to 90. You have signed a contract with the Flower Elf, and she will become your servant. Ah, Yun Chen was stunned at first, and then he smiled. Good. Very good. I didn't expect that I would actually get a Flower Elf servant on this trip. At present, the Flower Elf is not a very powerful intelligent creature in this game, but in Yun Chen's eyes, she is a T0 level intelligent creature. Why? Because the Flower Elf has the ability to cultivate any plant and accelerate the growth of plants. At the same time, it can purify the polluted land and turn it into fertile and nutritious land. The end of the world will come in a month. The whole world will be polluted by the evil spirit. Everywhere is engulfed by black fog, the land becomes corrupt and barren, and food production plummets. The food in the supermarket will also be affected by the evil spirit, completely rotten and inedible. The world will fall into a food shortage. Everyone can only grow food in their own shelters, but without fertile land, the yield is also very low. In this way, the existence of Flower Elves becomes very important. With Flower Elves, Yun Chen no longer has to worry about food. As long as there are Flower Elves, all kinds of food plants can be easily planted, and they can be mature and harvested in as fast as 3 days. How can Yun Chen not be happy about this? It can be seen that the Flower Elves, which were originally level 20, have been upgraded to level 22 after killing the Winter Leopard King. Yun Chen came to the body of the Winter Leopard King and began to collect. Collection successful. You got the Leopard King Claw. You got the Winter Core. You got the Leopard King Fur. You got the Watchtower Design. You got the Sea-Level General Skill Book Agility Amplification. You got the Primary Super Rune Winter Shooter. As expected of the Winter Leopard King. The rewards are great. Yun Chen smiled slightly when he saw these gains, feeling very satisfied. The Leopard King's claws can be used to synthesize weapons, the Leopard King's fur can be used to make armor, the Winter Core is a rare material that only winter monsters have a very low probability of dropping, not to mention the design of the Watchtower. You can expand and build a watchtower at the shelter. With the Watchtower, any disturbance within a 3-kilometer radius of the shelter can be detected. This is a Treasure. Finally, it is the C-level general skill book, Agility Amplification. Agility Amplification, see after casting, your own agility attribute increases by 20%, lasting for 60 seconds. General skills, any profession can learn. Without any hesitation, use it directly. The character controlled by Yun Chen glowed with golden light. You have successfully learned the Agility Amplification skill. Chapter 23 Black Crystal Scorpion. Black Crystal Mine Pit found. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Item, Extraordinary Rune, Winter Archer. Level, Elementary. Explanation, after use, the character can escape from the mortal world and change his profession to a Winter Archer. He will gain the physical specialization talents and skills of the corresponding profession, and at the same time, his four-dimensional attributes will be improved. This is really good stuff. The reason is simple, Winter Shooter is a rare profession. Compared with the ordinary shooter profession, the Winter Archer's attack comes with additional special effects. As long as it hits the enemy, it can slow down the enemy by 10%, and this slowing effect can be stacked up to 5 layers. After stacking to 5 layers, the enemy will be imprisoned for 5 seconds, and then the layers will be cleared. This is just the normal attack effect of this profession. The skill also comes with additional freezing effects. Rare professions have powerful functionality that ordinary professions cannot have. Let's put it this way, if Yun Chen had used this extraordinary rune and changed his profession into a Winter Archer, then the fight with the Winter Leopard King just now wouldn't have been so strenuous. As long as you attack the Winter Leopard King, you can reduce the opponent's movement speed by 10%. In addition, Yun Chen was still wearing the Wolf King's quick boots, which was just a casual pull. It is enough to show how powerful this profession is. You don't need it now, keep it. Let's see if we can sell it or use it ourselves. Yun Chen had no plans to use this extraordinary rune immediately. One is that it is not used, and the other is that there should be better ones in the future. With a wave of his hand, he put all the items into his backpack, and Yun Chen also planned to leave the secret realm of the Black Crystal Cave, but before leaving, Yun Chen looked at the flower elf who was following him and said, "Let me give you a name first. Let's call it E. How about it?" Babble, that the flower elf screamed happily, fluttering her butterfly-like wings, and flew over to rub Yun Chen's face affectionately. Apparently he is very satisfied with this name. The flower elf has been successfully named by you, E. The flower elf's favorability towards you is increased to 100. Full of good feelings, on the mobile phone screen, the flower elf looked at Yun Chen's character with loving eyes. By the way, E, are you the only flower elf living in this secret realm of the Black Crystal Cave? Yun Chen asked in his voice. E. Yes, master. So are there any other collection points here? Huh. Collection point? It's the place where black crystal mines can be dug. It seems there is. Master, come with me. With that said, the flower elf flew forward. When Yun Chen saw this, he felt happy and quickly followed. Let me just say, there should be black crystal mines that can be collected in the Black Crystal Crypt. The flower elf E brought Yun Chen to her small house. She waved her little hand gently, and there was a click, and a passage appeared under the floor of the house. E picked off an illuminating flower and called out, "Hey." Master, Yun Chen asked, E. Hey. There is a big scorpion monster. E gestured with her little hand, indicating that it was very, very big. Then it's most likely a black crystal poisonous scorpion. This means, Yun Chen, who had memories of his previous life, immediately knew what kind of monster the flower elf was describing. The black crystal scorpion is the guardian monster of the black crystal mine pile. What level is that big scorpion? Yun Chen asked. Hey. Level 20, it's so fierce. E replied. It's okay, you're here, let's kill it. It's easy. Yun Chen smiled. E also smiled happily. She has been alone here for a long time, and can only keep company with the flowers and plants she planted every day. Now that she has such a good master by her side, she feels that she can overcome any difficulty. Gone. Yun Chen took the eternal burning fire stick and jumped down first. You discovered the black crystal mine pile. Sure enough, as soon as I landed in this space, a prompt appeared on the phone screen, but at this moment, call out. A sound of breaking wind sounded. It seemed as if something was rushing toward Yun Chen. With the illumination of the eternal burning fire stick, Yun Chen clearly saw a huge black sharp scorpion tail coming towards him. Coming. Yun Chen was calm and steady. He was not surprised at all by the black crystal poisonous scorpion's attack. He controlled the character and easily dodged it with a gorgeous sideways step. The scorpion tail retracted. Yun Chen turned his perspective, and a huge poisonous scorpion that looked like it was wearing black armor came into view. Its scarlet eyes have a fierce light in the depths, and its bloody mouth is constantly dripping disgusting and sticky venom. No matter how you look at it, it is terrifying. Monster, black crystal poisonous scorpion. Level 20. Explanation: the scorpion monster that feeds on the black crystal mines has an extremely ferocious character and a strong sense of territory. It will kill any creature that comes close to the black crystal mine piles without mercy. Yun Chen didn't panic at all, and said softly, it's the same. You come to store your ultimate move, and I'll help you pull it. Babble. Seriously agreed. This black crystal poisonous scorpion was not an intelligent creature, and its pair of blood-red eyes only stared at Yun Chen. The hatred value of the black crystal scorpion against you is increased to 100 points. Full of hatred. Roar. Seeing this human who dared to invade its territory, the black crystal poisonous scorpion let out a scream, swung its sharp poisonous tail needle again, and attacked Yun Chen. Humph. Too slow. Yun Chen dodged easily. At the same time, he condensed a fireball and smashed it directly. Boom. The fireball exploded on the head of the black crystal scorpion. 120. This defense is strong enough. The skill that can cause 550 points of damage to the slaughterer only caused 100 points to it, and it was a critical hit. Yun Chen was amazed. The black crystal scorpion was hurt and became more violent, and began to chase Yun Chen. Yun Chen started to run. While running, he threw corrupt venom sacs and fireballs at the black crystal scorpion from time to time, making the black crystal scorpion furious. After a full minute of pulling, the black crystal scorpion was about to go crazy because it couldn't touch this human at all. At this moment, Yun Chen also shouted, tie it up. Obeyed the order and directly controlled the huge thorny vines to tie up the black crystal scorpion, even the tail needle, and completely prevented it from moving. Roar. The black crystal scorpion could only struggle madly. However, this is the ultimate move of the flower elf. Even the winter leopard king couldn't struggle free, let alone this black crystal scorpion of only level 20. Don't kill it, let me do it. Yun Chen smiled happily, holding the rotten poison axe, step by step towards the black crystal scorpion, raised the axe, and chopped it violently. -80. -80. -80. After chopping for a full 30 times, the black crystal scorpion finally died. Good guy. Although this black crystal scorpion is not as strong as the winter leopard king, its tortoise shell is really hard. Yun Chen sighed. Chapter 24 Expanding Garden Earth Buildings. Start synthesis. You are listening at novelfull.audio. You have successfully killed the black crystal scorpion. You have gained 30,000 click kill experience. Your level has been increased to level 12. Would you like to collect the bodies of black crystal poisonous scorpions? Collection successful. You obtain Sombra Armor X1, Poison Scorpion Gallbladder X1, Sombra Tail Needle X1. Good, a level 20 intermediate equipment. The Black Crystal Armor was released. This is a piece of armor suitable for warriors. Just keep it and sell it directly. The Poisonous Scorpion Gallbladder is also a good thing. The toxin contained in it is many times more powerful than the gallbladder of the corrupt zombie. The toxin level should be similar to that of the Stone Gate. It can easily poison the level 23 Winter Leopard King to lose more than half of his blood. The Black Crystal Tail Needle is a material specially used for making weapons. The above collection rewards are not huge. After all, the Black Crystal Scorpion is not a boss monster, nor is it a special monster affected by the evil god of winter. However, Yun Chen's attention had already fallen on the black ore pile in the distance. Would you like to collect it? Yun Chen said yes directly. Collection is successful, you obtained black crystal ore times 10,000, black crystal diamond times 10, black crystal core times 1. Hiss. 10,000 black crystal mines, plus 10 black crystal diamonds, and most importantly, the black crystal core, that when Yun Chen saw the collection results, he couldn't help but gasp, his face full of surprise. Black crystal ore is the basic material for refining special metals, sombra is a necessary material for making rare equipment, the most important thing is the black crystal core. Item, black crystal core. Grade, rare. Description, necessary materials for making the core of an intermediate shelter. Intermediate shelter core. Every 5 levels of the shelter require special metals as materials to be upgraded. The primary shelter core supports upgrades from 1 to 5 levels, the core of the intermediate shelter supports the improvement of levels 6-15, the core of advanced shelter supports the improvement of level 16-30, with the material of black crystal core, Yun Chen is also qualified to make that thing. However, to make something, you need to get the design of the item, don't rush this. Yes, the harvest this time is quite rich. Yun Chen felt very satisfied, obtained an extremely large amount of black crystal ore and black crystal insect skin, killed the special monster Winter Leopard King and obtained the extraordinary runes of the rare professional winter shooter. The level was directly upgraded to level 12, you must know that when Yun Chen first came out, he was only level 7. In the early stage of game development, he improved by 5 levels in half a day. This upgrade speed is exaggerated, certainly. The most important thing is that he has contracted with an extremely precious extraordinary intelligent creature, the flower elfie. With the flower elves in the shelter, Yun Chen will no longer worry about food. Returning to the ground, I dug a lot of the fertile black soil here and put it into my backpack, without hesitation, teleport back to the shelter. Naturally, the flower elfie also returned here. Yun Chen clicked on the shelter panel and clicked to expand the regional functions. Fertile black soil, 300/300. Bamboo, 100/100. Upgrade successful. A new garden soil area has been added to your shelter. Area, 100 square meters. Inside the shelter, a garden soil in a greenhouse was expanded, covering an area of 100 square meters. Go ahead, this is your room. Although it is still small, when the shelter is upgraded in the future, the garden area will slowly be expanded. When the time comes, you can plant flowers, grass, or vegetables in it. Yun Chen controlled the character and stroked the flower elf's little head. The flower elf happily got into the greenhouse soil and circled happily. For the flower elf, this fertile garden soil is the most comfortable place for her to live. Today's synthesis opportunity cannot be wasted. Yun Chen decisively took out today's harvest, Leopard King claws, Winter core, Leopard King fur, etc. Yun Chen was the first to use the watchtower design drawing. You have learned the recipe for making a watchtower. The production materials of the watchtower, in addition to the most basic building materials, also require 3,000 units of black crystal ore. If it were before, Yun Chen really didn't know where to get these 3,000 units of black crystal ore. Now, confirm to make a watchtower. Please select a location to create. Yun Chen chose to build the watchtower outside the shelter. The watchtower was built successfully. I saw that there was an additional watchtower option in the special expansion area of the shelter information, special building, watchtower. Explanation: the special building of the shelter is extremely functional. It can detect disturbances within a 3-kilometer radius at all times, provide lighting around the shelter, and can automatically alert in the event of a crisis. With this building, when the end comes, there is no need to be afraid even if evil monsters sneak attack in the middle of the night. This watchtower automatically sounds an alarm. At the same time, this watchtower can be upgraded. In his previous life, Yun Chen saw a boss's shelter being upgraded to level 120, and his watchtower was also upgraded to level 120. It is said that the watchtower also has extremely terrifying attack characteristics. Within a radius of hundreds of miles, if there are any evil monsters approaching, it will emit a powerful magic beam to kill the evil monsters. That 100-level watchtower can ensure the safety of a small city. A higher-level watchtower can probably protect even a super city. Yunchen's watchtower is only level 5 now, with only simple warning and detection functions, but even so, Yunchen is satisfied. There is still a long way to go in the future, so he can upgrade slowly. Next is the synthesis, Leopard King Claw, plus, Black Crystal Ore, plus, Poison Scorpion Gallbladder, synthesis successful. You have obtained a new item, Black Crystal Poison Claw. Weapon, Black Crystal Poison Claw. Quality, rare. Wearing requirements, none. After equipping, Strength plus 200, Agility plus 150, Physical Damage plus 50%, Physical Penetration plus 20%. Special effect, after the attack hits the enemy, a small cloud of poison mist will burst out, infecting the target, losing 2% of the maximum health per second, and causing the target to enter a 2-second dizzy and slowed state. Wow! A rare weapon with no wear level requirement. The corrupted poison axe can be sold directly. I will use this Black Crystal Mysterious Poison Claw in close combat in the future. Yunchen felt that he seemed to have a wonderful fate with poison. The corrupted poison axe is now sold. Although it is only a rare equipment without level, it can also be sold at a good price. No hurry, continue to synthesize. Then have a big sale. Yunchen decided, Black Crystal Tail Needle, plus, Black Crystal Gem, plus, Thorn Vines, synthesis successful. You have obtained a new item, Black Crystal Thorn Longbow. Another rare weapon. The Black Crystal Tail Needle is used as the bow body of the longbow, the Thorn Vine is used as the bowstring, and the gem gives special effects. Very lucky. Just when Yunchen was about to continue the synthesis, a phone call suddenly came. Chapter 25 Officials are coming. Unlucky Aunt Tang. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The phone rang only once, then a text message came. Mr. Yunchen, are you home? I'm outside your community gate. Is it convenient to meet? Who are you? I'm an official staff member. I'll be down right away. As expected, Yunchen finally attracted the attention of Dragon Country officials. There was no way, with a server-wide notice, it would be hard for Dragon Country officials not to pay attention. Such a special game, Dragon Country officials naturally attach great importance to it. For most players, they are silently observing and recording, so it was not surprising that the official staff came to find Yunchen. When Yunchen arrived at the gate of the community, he found a man and a woman. Standing there, the man was about 40 or 50 years old, wearing a suit and tie, with a short haircut, a serious expression, and an old-fashioned atmosphere. The woman was about 24 or 25 years old, youthful and beautiful, with a beautiful figure, wearing a white dress, standing at the gate of the community, attracting the attention of all the men passing by. Seeing Yunchen coming over, the woman took the initiative to step forward and stretched out her tender white hand. Nice to meet you, Mr. Yunchen. My name is Li Mani, and the one next to me is surnamed Lu. Yunchen nodded and asked, Excuse me, who are you looking for? If possible, can we go to Mr. Yunchen's house to discuss in detail? Li Mani smiled and said, Some things need to be kept secret. Yunchen's eyes condensed, but he still nodded and said, Okay, please follow me. The three entered the house. Yunchen poured tea for Li Mani and the man surnamed Lu, and then looked at each other with an inquiring expression. Mr. Yunchen, the main purpose of our search for you is actually about the game. Are you playing a game of universal shelters, and are you the first player in the global server to upgrade the shelter to level 5? Li Mani spoke softly. Yunchen nodded. This can't be concealed even if you want to. It's like this, if it's convenient, can you sell your account to us? Li Mani's words were shocking, and she stared at Yunchen with her beautiful eyes, and whispered, You can make an offer, 100 million or 1 billion, it's all fine. If you don't believe me, I can transfer the money to your bank account first. Yunchen fell silent. Sure enough, Mr. Yunchen, you know the specialness of this game. Li Mani smiled when she saw that Yunchen didn't answer her. She made this shocking condition just to see if Yunchen would choose to sell his account. If he did, Li Mani was really willing to buy it at a very outrageous price, and the Dragon Country official stood behind her. If he didn't sell it, it meant that Yunchen knew the specialness of this game. Otherwise other ignorant players would have nodded frantically and wanted to sell their accounts. After all, selling an account can make you a billionaire. As a result, Yun Chen was able to hold back, which means that he must know the specialness of this game. In fact, Li Mani was very curious about Yun Chen. Obviously, his identity is just that of an ordinary citizen, but why does he know the specialness of this game? Players who know the specialness of this game generally have a complicated family background. Since Mr. Yun Chen also knows that this game is very special, we are looking for you for another purpose besides confirming your identity. We want to invite you to join our Dawn Guild. Dawn Guild is a guild established by the Dragon State in this game, representing the official. For special talents like Mr. Yun Chen, our guild is very welcome. As long as you are willing to join our guild, no matter what conditions you are willing to propose, we will try our best to meet them. Li Mani also stated her ultimate goal. At this time, the middle-aged man on the side said dully, Mr. Yun Chen, I hope you can keep these conversations confidential. Don't worry, I will keep it confidential. Yun Chen nodded, and then said, but for the invitation of the Dawn Guild, I'm sorry, I have no plans to join at present. Yun Chen is not unfamiliar with this guild. In his previous life, he had worked in this guild. Later he left. The reason is simple. It's too damn tiring to work for the official, and there are many restrictions, but there are also many benefits. For example, the welfare benefits are very good, and the safety is more guaranteed even after the doomsday. But, in this life, Yun Chen just wants to be a lone wolf. He doesn't want to be bound by any form. Li Mani sighed in disappointment when she saw that Yun Chen was unwilling to join the official guild. Miss Li, don't sigh. Although I refuse to join the Dawn Guild, if the Dawn Guild needs help in the future and I happen to be able to help, I will definitely help. Yun Chen smiled. Okay. Here is my phone number. If you have an emergency, you can call me. I will try my best to help you solve it. Li Mani didn't say anything more and didn't stay. After confirming Yun Chen's identity and the other party was unwilling to join the guild, she got up and said goodbye. Yun Chen glanced at the time. It was already 8 o'clock in the morning. He had been exploring the Black Crystal Mountains all night last night. He ordered a takeaway and browsed the posts on the game forum while eating. I'm really screwed. This winter cold wave is too scary, right? I just left the house and my movement speed was reduced by 20%. What a lucky guy. I killed a monster called Winter Ghost and got a high-level equipment. Have you explored the main city? Are you guys stupid enough to kill me? I was killed by a snowman just after leaving the house. I found a special map. If you want to team up to explore it, the fare is 10,000 per person. Feishan transfer. It can be seen that this winter disaster in the game has also caused inconvenience to many players. But it has allowed more players to get some scarce resources, and intermediate equipment has also gradually become popular. What made Yun Chen laugh and cry was, the player with the ID Zhang Wei posted a bounty for him. Good guy. How much does Lu Chaoga hate himself? He offered a bounty of so much money just to catch himself alive in the game. After finishing the takeaway, Yun Chen was too lazy to care about so much and prepared to continue playing the game. However, with a ding-dong, Feishan received another new message. It was from Tang Yan. Brother Yun. Help. Yun Chen saw this and quickly replied, Auntie Tang, what's wrong? Come and help me level up. I explored all night and couldn't beat a single monster. Only 10% of my health is left. Laughing and crying, then Auntie Tang, add me as a friend and send me the coordinates. Ah. Brother Yun. There are players who took the opportunity to rob me. They are blocking outside my shelter. Help. Then send the coordinates quickly. I will use the friend teleport to help you. Being blocked outside the shelter by players and chased and killed is a common situation in the game, but Yun Chen didn't expect Auntie Tang to be so unlucky. She was targeted by other players just after playing this game. Chapter 26, Team Cangyue. Defeating Baisha in seconds. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The location of the shelters of all players is random, but the shelters can be moved, but only once a day. Yun Chen didn't expect Aunt Tang to be so unlucky. As soon as the shelter was built, it was blocked by players at the door. Fortunately, the game mechanism stipulates that only monsters can break into the shelter. Players can only be blocked outside without the permission of the shelter owner. Of course, after the end of the demonic disaster, the game merges with reality. No matter whether it is a monster or a human, as long as they have the strength, they can break into other people's shelters and kill at will. At present, Yunchen added Tang Yen as a friend. Tang Yen, like Yunchen, uses her real name on the game ID. Yunchen doesn't care. He is not afraid of others knowing his real name. Before the end of this special game, the Dragon Country official will closely protect the safety of all players. Let's just say that there should be people from the Dragon Country official wandering outside the community now. The purpose is to ensure Yunchen's safety. Anyone who dares to expose Yunchen and come to open an account will definitely be punished by the Dragon Country official. Tang Yen used her own name because she used this ID for all games. After adding the friend, Yunchen used the friend transfer without hesitation. Friend transfer can only be used once a day. As long as the friend clicks to agree, you can transfer to the friend. Tang Yen received the transfer request from Yunchen and also clicked to agree. Buzz. Yunchen's mobile phone screen changed, and when it became clear again, a shabby hut shelter came into view. Yunchen was too familiar with this environment, and the shelters of novice players were all so shabby. Of course, there was also a beautiful and eye-catching beauty character. This beauty character, who looked like a princess of a country, formed a very sharp contrast with this shabby hut. You have formed a team with the player, Tang Yen. Team microphone has been opened. Anti-Tang, I know why you were blocked outside by other players. Yunchen said in a faint voice. Why? Tang Yen asked curiously. Look at the clothes you are wearing. What's wrong with the clothes I am wearing? Have you ever seen a level 1 player buy the most expensive costumes in the mall? Yunchen sighed and rubbed his brows. You can charge money in the game of Shelter for all, but you can't buy attribute props. You can only buy beautiful costumes, and Tang Yan's costumes, all added up, need 5 million cash to get. You heard it right, 5 million cash. It's ridiculously expensive. At the same time, I also have a clearer understanding of Tang Yan's terrifying financial resources. I can't help it, this dress is too beautiful, I can't help but spend money. Tang Yen said in a soft voice. Aunt Tang, it's okay to want to wear nice clothes, but this game is very real. There are good people and bad people. Players can kill and rob each other. Those players saw that you are only level 1, and you are wearing such expensive clothes, so they know that you are rich, so they want to block you and kill you, and want to get some benefits from you. Yunchen understands the thinking of those players very well, not to mention these players. Even Yunchen, seeing a player with shiny clothes in the wild, can't help but want to rob. What should I do? I'm only level 1, I can't even beat the corrupt zombies, let alone them. Tang Yen looked at Yunchen pitifully. Aunt Tang, don't worry, just leave it to me. Yunchen said with a smile. Brother Yun is still reliable. Tang Yen said sweetly. Yunchen controlled the character, opened the shelter and walked out. Tang Yen followed behind carefully like a follower. Hey, pretty girl, you finally want to come out. As soon as he went out, he heard a vulgar voice on the free microphone. Yunchen looked around and saw 5 level 10 players. This surprised Yunchen. At this point in the early stage of the land reclamation, players who can reach level 10 are considered to be in the upper middle level. Huh. The pretty girl also found a helper. Seeing Yunchen appear, the sturdy character with the ID, Baisha, in the lead was not afraid, but laughed. The other 4 players also laughed when they saw this. Baisha continued, even if you want to find a helper, at least find a team above level 10. Do you think he can defeat our Cangyue team alone? Hearing this, Tang Yen quickly used the team microphone to whisper, Brother Yun, can you beat them? They look so awesome. All of them are above level 10, and they have all changed their jobs. They are really awesome. Yunchen nodded. The next second, the topic changed. It's a pity that in front of me, I can only kill them in seconds. As soon as the voice fell, Yunchen has already started to move. Agility enhancement, start. With the Wolf King speed boots, with a swish, the character controlled by Yunchen almost flashed in front of Baisha. Ha! You! Baisha's expression changed drastically. The other party didn't say a word and rushed up to fight. What was even more unexpected was, the other party's speed was so ridiculous. Baisha couldn't react at all. He subconsciously controlled the character to defend, but it was useless. Swish! Yun Chen, equipped with Black Crystal Mystic Poison Claw, directly slashed at Baisha's neck. Puff! 450. Damn! Such high damage, Baisha cursed. Fortunately, his profession is a warrior, he is more tanky than other professions. Without a critical hit, he was not killed instantly even when his neck was cut. You can't kill me instantly, right? Then it's my turn to counterattack. Baisha thought viciously in his heart, but, puff. A cloud of poisonous mist exploded. You are in the state of poisoning, dizziness, and deceleration. Ah! 3 abnormal states. Baisha was stunned instantly. What the hell? 1 attack with 3 abnormalities. What kind of weapon is this guy holding? The 2-second dizziness made the character controlled by Baisha unable to move. How could Yun Chen waste such a good opportunity? He poked Baisha's head. Puff! 890, critical hit. You're dead. Fuck! Baisha looked at the dark red screen on his phone and couldn't help cursing. What are you guys still doing? Hurry up. Kill this guy. Don't let him pick up my backpack. Although Baisha was dead, he could still communicate with his teammates through the team microphone. He hurriedly urged his teammates to take action. He really didn't believe it. 4 against 1 can't beat it. Facts have proved that they really can't beat it. Facing the 4 players rushing forward, Yun Chen sneered, took out the newly synthesized corrupt poison water from his backpack, and suddenly sprinkled it on them. Since he came to help Tang fight, he naturally had to be fully prepared. Before coming, Yun Chen spent another synthesis opportunity and synthesized 2 bottles of corrupt poison water at once. Chapter 27. I need to recharge. I need to become stronger. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Item: corrupted poison water. Explanation: it is highly toxic water. If a creature below level 15 drinks a drop, its internal organs will rot and become life-threatening. Even if it touches the skin, it will enter a poisoned state and lose 10% of its health per second. After all, it is something synthesized from SSS level talents. Even if the lowest level materials are used, the combined items can have miraculous effects on creatures below level 15. Materials for synthesizing putrid poisonous water are all over the streets: corruption, poisonous gallbladder, plus, well water. There are a lot of things in the warehouse of corrupt poison Dan Yinchen's shelter. And thousands of liters of well water are also stored. At the moment, those 4 players never expected that Yun Chen held such a deadly item in his hands. Faced with the sudden splash of liquid, they didn't even think about hiding, and planned to kill Yun Chen directly. TSK. The corrupt poisonous water easily stained their bodies. The result is... Ah! Damn it! Why was I poisoned? What the hell? Losing 10% of your maximum health every second. Antidote. Is there any antidote? There's a hair. I spent all my money exploring the dark spider cave in the past 2 days. These 4 players were completely stupid. No more antidote. And they don't have a priest profession here. What should we do? One of the players asked in panic. What else can we do? Wait for death. Yun Chen, who was 10 meters away, sneered and answered them. Damn! This kid is so arrogant. Go! We must kill him before he is poisoned to death. These 4 level 10 players knew that they would burp in 6 or 7 seconds, thinking that he would drag Yun Chen down even if he died. He rushed towards Yun Chen. However, facing Yun Chen, who had agility increase and Wolverine King speedy boots, they couldn't even touch the corners of his clothes. Joke. Even the level 23, Winter Leopard King, and the level 20, Black Crystal Poisonous Scorpion, were defeated by Yun Chen's top movement skills. These few level 10 players still want to touch Yun Chen. Dreaming. A few seconds later, all 4 players fell to the ground dead. you have killed the player, borrow from heaven for another 500 years. You have killed the player, I am a god. You have killed the player, have a good time. You have killed the player, get rich this year. Yun Qin directly collected the corpses of these 5 players, and put the materials, props, equipment and other items inside into his backpack, just turned around, Tang Yen came closer, and a voice full of admiration came from the game microphone, saying, "Oh, Brother Yun, you are so strong and handsome. You have completed the counterattack in 1 against 5, this sweet voice makes people's bones melt when they praise them." However, Yun Chen has experienced betrayal in his 2 lives, and his psychology, personality, and thoughts have completely matured. Tang Yan's coquettish and flattering voice was extremely destructive to those young boys, but it had no effect on Yun Chen. "It's okay, they are too good," Yun Chen said calmly, "this is not bragging, and this is not Versailles, it is true that they are too incompetent and lack combat experience. If it were Lu Chaoga, the overbearing female CEO, Yun Chen would have no choice but to run away." "No way, the colorful Haotian sword in this bitch's hand is too buggy, the key is that her game level is not weaker than that of Yun Chen. Brother Yun, the game you recommended is so fun and so real. And this game has a high degree of freedom and is much more fun than other games," Tang Yen said with emotion while controlling her character to jump around. "As long as you like it." Yun Chen smiled, facing the benefactor who had taken care of him. He certainly hoped that the other person would like this game and then work hard to upgrade in this game. It's best to reach level 30 as soon as possible before the end comes. In this way, Tang Yen has the power to protect herself. But it's too difficult to play in the early stage. "Brother Yun, please guide me and I'll give you money." Tang Yan's delicate request, Yun Chen gave this game to her last night, then, she stayed up all night playing until now. Yun Chen would definitely laugh at her if she told her. Last night she came out of the shelter and explored, being chased and howled by monsters. After a whole night of commotion, not a single monster was killed. After finally returning to the shelter in embarrassment, he was spotted by 5 passing players, so unlucky. Facing Tang Yan's request, Yun Chen pondered for 2 seconds, then nodded and said, "There is no need to give the money. We are both friends, so we can just form a team to explore together. The benefactor must take care of you. By the way, move your shelter next to me first. Those 5 players who were killed by me once will probably not give up. They know the location of your shelter and should come back again." Yun Chen suggested. "Okay, I'll listen to Brother Yun." Tang Yen still looks like a well-behaved and obedient girl, but Yun Chen didn't catch a cold at all. He knows Tang Yan's peeing habits very well. Zhao Didi's cuteness is all fake, but she is actually a little devil inside. Before playing a 5v5 MOBA game, Tang Yen deliberately told her suitor that Yun Chen was her boyfriend. This made the pursuer madly target Yun Chen. Yun Chen, who didn't know the truth of the matter, felt baffled, but he would not suffer any loss. "If you spray me, I will spray you." As a veteran gamer, he is strong in both his hands and his verbal skills. The suitor was so humiliated by Yun Chen's spray. "I couldn't say a word." Tang Yen and the other 2 teammates were eating melon like crazy there. Finally, Yun Chen realized why this guy was targeting him. Since then, Yun Chen has understood the character of Tang Yen, a little devil. Soon, Tang Yan's shelter moved next door to Yun Chen. "Wow!" Tang Yen looked at Yun Chen's shelter, then at her own shelter, and couldn't help but complain. "Can this hut of mine be inhabited by humans?" Really, I saw a pitiful little hut of only 20 square meters standing next to Yun Chen's small steel fortress. If you didn't know better, you would have thought it was a small thatched house specially used by Yun Chen to store sundries. Damn! I need to recharge my money. I need to become stronger. Tang Yen, who was stimulated, couldn't help but made bold words. Just the next second, these heroic words were ruthlessly shattered by Yun Chen. "Aunt Tang, don't think about it. This game doesn't sell any attribute props, not even materials. You can only buy good-looking fashions with your Krypton gold. As for the materials to upgrade the shelter, the equipment you wear, potions, and a series of other items, you have to make them in the game by yourself." Ah! Why is this like this? Listening to Yun Chen's words, Tang Yen was about to burst into tears. For her who is used to spending money, if she can't become stronger with money, then she will probably be a weakling for the rest of her life. Don't worry, players can trade with each other in this game. You can't buy it in the mall. You can go to the trading section of the forum to buy it. Yunchen smiled. Then you told me earlier. Come on, brother Yun, I'll give you 30 million in cash, and you can help me buy the materials to upgrade the shelter. I want to make this shelter as grand as yours. Tang Yen waved her little hand and said with an arrogant look, I have nothing but money. Chapter 28 Sending Buddha to the West. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Listening to Aunt Tang's inhumane speech, Yunchen smiled helplessly. You know, the end of the world has not yet come, and paper currency still has great value. Tens of millions is not a small amount of money. It can buy a house and a car, and as long as you don't spend too much, it's enough for you to spend for several lifetimes. As a result, Aunt Tang invested in the game without hesitation. It also shows that her financial resources should not be underestimated. Aunt Tang, it's useless. Even if you spend a few hundred million, you can't upgrade the shelter to level 5 like me. You can only upgrade to level 4 at most. Yunchen laughed. Ah. Is it because some special materials needed to upgrade the shelter can't be bought with money? Tang Yen played so many games after all, and she immediately understood what Yunchen meant. That's right. For example, if you want to upgrade the shelter from level 4 to level 5, you need 1000 primary obsidian materials. This primary obsidian is a special metal material in the game. In the early stage of the game, you can only get it by killing monsters, opening treasure chests, and exploring secret realms. Of course, if you have black crystal ore and the design drawings for making primary obsidian, you can also make it yourself. I don't lack black crystal ore, but I lack the design drawings, so Aunt Tang, if you want to upgrade the shelter to level 5 like me, it's a bit difficult. And I have browsed so many forum posts about primary obsidian, but I haven't seen anyone selling it, only seeing people buying it. Now the price of 100 obsidians has reached an exaggerated 10 million cash. Yunchen explained to Tang Yen softly. 10 million. Tang Yen was shocked. 1000 primary obsidians are worth 100 million cash. The key is that no one is willing to sell it. This game is really interesting. By the way, Aunt Tang, your level is too low now. If you follow me to explore other maps, you won't have any experience. I suggest you rely on yourself in the early stage of development. I'll give you something to help you get through the early stage more smoothly. Yunchen said with a smile. He immediately made a trade request to Tang Yen. He gave her a pile of wood, cement, sand, and bricks. At the same time, he gave her 2 extra bottles of corruption poison water, and the corruption poison powder that he had just made in the smelting room. Of course, the fine iron armor, fine iron belt, and flying feather boots that just dropped from the backpacks of those players were all given to Aunt Tang. I also gave her an extra corruption poison axe. Soon, Tang Yan's character was fully armed, and her shelter was upgraded from a hut to a brick house. Brother Yun, how much are these in total? You tell me the number, and Aunt Tang will transfer it to you immediately. Tang Yen is a veteran gamer who has played many games. When she saw this corruption poison axe, she knew that this equipment has extremely high value, especially since the game is still in the early stages of development. This kind of rare equipment is a priceless treasure that players dream of getting. It is not easy for her to take such a precious thing for free. Auntie Tang, just take it. You don't have to pay, after all, you have taken care of me a lot in the past. With this equipment, you can have a good gaming experience before level 10, and you can play to your heart's content. Yunchen said with a smile. Okay, given our relationship, I won't be polite to you. I still say that, if you need help in the future, just ask me directly. Tang Yen is not hypocritical. If she refuses again, it will be awkward. Yunchen heard this and smiled and said, well, I won't be polite to Auntie Tang at that time. In fact, Tang Yen had helped Yunchen a lot before. When Yunchen was poor before, Tang Yen chose to believe him without saying a word and handed over her game account worth tens of millions to Yunchen to manage. The security password, transaction password, all of them were directly told to Yunchen, which can be said to be an unreserved trust. The monthly salary for the power leveling is more than 10 times that of other top power leveling. Tang Yen originally planned to pay Yunchen a salary of 500,000 yuan a month, but considering Yunchen's self-esteem, Tang Yen gave him about 10 times the salary, about 100,000 yuan. Of course, Yunchen did not disappoint Tang Yen, and used her account to ride the dust in the game arena, and won the top spot in the Sky list for many consecutive seasons. By the way, Auntie Tang, you must not have changed your job. First, I will give you the extraordinary runes of the Blood Spirit Warlock, and a C-level skill book Blood Explosion Technique. I can't use these two things for the time being, and I'm too lazy to sell them. I'll give them to you. It will be more convenient to open up the wasteland after changing my job. Yunchen simply gave them away. The extraordinary runes of the Blood Spirit Warlock and the Blood Explosion Technique are priceless treasures in the current game development stage. For those who have done him a favor, Yunchen will not be stingy at all. I am not a stingy person. Brother Yun, you are so good to me, aren't you afraid that your aunt will fall in love with you? At this moment, Tang Yen spoke in a sweet voice, and controlled her character to pose a charming gesture towards Yunchen. With the development of technology, the performance of mobile phones today is no less than that of top-end computers. This game of Shelter for All also has some settings to capture the changes in the player's expressions. The mobile phone camera can capture the changes in the player's expression in front of the screen and reflect it on the game character. Tang Yen obviously turned on this function, so the charming expression she put on now really makes men's hearts move, but unfortunately, Yunchen has lived 2 lives. He has experienced countless disasters in his previous life. His personality and thinking have become calm and cold, let alone Tang Yan's charming expression. Even if there is a peerless beauty taking off her clothes to seduce Yunchen's heart will not fluctuate at all. This is really not pretending. Anyone who has experienced the demonic disaster in the previous life will become as tough as steel. A guy with a fragile heart will definitely not survive in the face of the doomsday demonic disaster. Auntie Tang, you should use this coquettish energy to kill monsters. It's useless to me. Yunchen said with a smile. Humph. Brother Yun, you are really cruel. I don't know which girl can get into your heart in the future. Forget it, I'm going to kill monsters. I want to avenge last night. Goodbye, Brother Yun. After Tang Yen finished speaking, she controlled the character to run out of the shelter happily and began her journey of killing monsters and opening up new land. She was so uncomfortable last night, being chased by corrupt zombies and screaming. Now, things have changed over time. Don't bully me, Tang Yen, because I'm poor. Yunchen, who was standing behind, looked at Aunt Tang's figure in the distance, hiding in the shadows, with an indifferent expression. Enter the heart. Yunchen, who had experienced betrayal in his previous life, would he allow anyone else to enter his heart? Chapter 29, Killing Spree. Upgrade. Goblin Canyon. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Character, Yunchen. Superb occupation, Mage. Level 12. 4-dimensional attributes, Strength 200 points, Wisdom 210 points, Constitution 200 points, Agility 200 points. No props, equipment, Passive Blessing, Talent, All-Round Synthesis, SSS, Magic Amplification, D. Skills, Fireball, D. Agility Amplification, C. Servant, Flower Elf, Level 22, Current Shelter Level, Level 5. Current Equipment, Black Crystal Mysterious Poison Claw / Ordinary Staff, Slaughter Robe, Wolf King Strong Blood Wrist Guard, Wolf King Swift Boots, Holy Bloodthirsty Belt. After Tang Yen left the shelter, Yunchen also opened his own panel. After taking a look, a frown appeared on his face. If other players had this kind of panel during this period of development, they would definitely be very happy and even want to show off everywhere, but Yunchen still felt that his level was too low. He was not like those rich local tycoons who could hire someone to train for him 24 hours a day. And those guys who understood the peculiarities of this game, such as the female president named Lu Chaoga, and some other big shots, were probably almost at level 20 now. Yunchen was still not in the first echelon. For this reason, he had to hurry up to explore. Let Tang Yen slowly explore this game by herself. At this moment, Yunchen counted the backpacks of those guys just now, and there was nothing good in them. They were all ordinary materials, presumably they had just started to explore. However, it was a great loss to Baisha and others that all the equipment they were wearing fell off. Without these equipment, even if they reached level 10, it would be very difficult to kill monsters. After clearing the backpack space, Yunchen came to the garden soil area and took a look. He found that the flower elf Yi was dancing in the garden soil. As the flower elves danced, a faint glow was sprinkled on the extremely fertile black soil, and it could be seen that green sprouts had already grown on the soil. This is the plant growth magic of the flower elves. The seeds just sown have sprouted in less than 10 minutes. If Yi's level is raised a little more, it is estimated that a batch of plants can be fully matured in an hour. Yunchen couldn't help but sigh softly. I'm going out first, you stay here to look after the house. Yunchen said with a smile. Yi nodded her head obediently. Compared with the deserted and lonely underground secret realm before, she likes this place more, warm and with company. Intelligent creatures are actually no different from humans, and have their own independent thoughts. Yunchen then turned and left the shelter. He rushed all the way to the Black Crystal Mountains. On the way, he encountered many enhanced corrupt zombies, violent killer rabbits, spiked boars and other wild monsters. In the current winter snowstorm environment, the levels and attributes of these monsters have increased. The corrupt zombies, which were originally at levels 1 to 3, have now been upgraded to levels 4-5. The level 3 violent killer rabbit has been upgraded to level 5, the level 5 spiked boar has been upgraded to level 7. It will be more difficult for novice players to kill these monsters, and the rewards will be increased accordingly. Yunchen, who is eager to upgrade, will naturally not let go of any monster. Holding the black crystal poison claw, he is obviously a mage, but he plays like a warrior, madly slaughtering the monsters that block his way. You killed 10 corrupt zombies, triggered an experience crit, and gained 1000 experience points. You killed 20 violent killer rabbits, triggered an experience crit, and gained 2000 experience points. You killed 40 spiked boars, triggered an experience crit, and gained 7000 experience points. Congratulations, your level has been upgraded to level 13. It seems that in this winter disaster environment, the probability of triggering a critical hit for experience has increased. Ordinary monsters that originally had little experience can get good experience points as long as they trigger a critical hit. In that case, then we must not let go of the monsters along the way. Yunchen's eyes were excited, and he controlled the character to move forward and kill all the monsters. As long as the monsters blocked the road, they were all killed. At the same time, all the items they dropped were collected. Looking back, the corpses were everywhere, and the mountains and rivers were covered with blood. The cold wind was howling, and the frost and snow were biting. If a player passed by here, he would definitely feel extremely shocked. How murderous this is, killing all the way. Not bad. Several undying hearts were dropped. More than a dozen violent hearts were dropped. 30 spiked cores were dropped. In the past, the drop rate of these rare low-level materials was very low. Killing 100 low-level monsters might not drop one. Now there are so many. Yunchen felt very satisfied. There are also some rare items with very low drop rates among the low-level materials. The immortal heart of the corrupted zombie has a normal drop rate of less than 1%. This material is very popular. Although it is dropped by novice monsters, it can be used to make high-level blood medicine, so the price is not low. Yunchen collected all of them, not leaving out any junk materials. At the same time, his own level also rose from level 13 to level 15. Several more experience critical hits were triggered in the middle. If this continues, reaching level 30 will no longer be a dream. Yunchen thought to himself. Soon, Yunchen came to the Black Crystal Mountains again. The secret copy here has already been explored by Yunchen. There is no need to go there anymore. Just get the exploration level of this mountain range to 100%. This game is like that. If you want to move forward and explore to the next map, you must increase the exploration level of the map you are currently on to 100%. Byte. Congratulations, the exploration rate of the Black Crystal Mountains has reached 100%. You can start exploring the next map. Half an hour later, a prompt came on the phone screen. In the past half hour, Yunshin collected a lot of black crystal ore and killed a lot of black crystal flesh insects. The level has been increased from level 15 to level 16. It will become more and more difficult to upgrade in the future. I killed hundreds of black crystal flesh worms and triggered 5 experience critical hits before I could barely upgrade from level 15 to level 16. Yunshin murmured to himself. Fortunately, you can now go to the next map to explore. Yunshin arrived at the exit of the Black Crystal Mountains. Take one step forward, bite. Congratulations, you have discovered the new map, Goblin Canyon. Map, Goblin Canyon. Adaptation level, 15 to 23 levels. Inhabiting monster, Goblin. Explanation, this is a canyon inhabited by a group of goblin monsters. It is full of bloodthirsty goblin monsters. This time I randomly explored Goblin Canyon. Yunshin is no stranger to this map. Chapter 30, Stranger Team vs. Goblin Team. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After the evil disaster came in the previous life, a large number of goblin monsters were everywhere causing trouble, invading and killing human territory. At that time, most humans were at a low level. Not only were humans unable to defeat goblins, but even shelters could not defend themselves against goblin invasion. Yunshin remembered that the disaster was very shocking at the time. It is said that tens of thousands of humans were killed by hundreds of goblins. At the same time, women were taken as captives by the goblins and brought back to the ethnic group as tools for racial reproduction. They were tortured and humiliated every day and night. You can imagine how miserable it is. So, Yunshin has no favorable impression of the monster race goblins at all, only a dislike. It's decided. Goblin Canyon, right? I'm going to exterminate your clan. Yunshin clenched the ordinary staff and the black crystal poisonous claw in his hand, with a determined expression. Certainly, even Yunshin didn't dare to be careless when he came to this map. Monsters like goblins have already opened their spiritual intelligence. They have their own ethnic culture, their own language, their own leaders, and their own unique social system. The lowest level goblin has intelligence comparable to that of a human child over 10 years old, and those old goblins who have lived longer are all cunning, and extremely shrewd. They know how to use plots, strategies, and tools. So, although this is just a level 15 to 23 Goblin Canyon, it is actually as difficult as a level 30 map, mainly because it also has the bonus of the winter demonic disaster. The level and strength of these goblins have increased. Now, when Yunshin stepped into the entrance of the canyon, whoosh! A short figure suddenly jumped out of the grass beside the road, very fast. If it were another player, it would be difficult to react. But Yunshin, as a top-level technical player with superb skills, naturally has first-class reflexes and extremely strong dynamic vision. Facing this sudden shadow attack, he calmly controlled the character to move a step to the left. Just like that, the attack of this black shadow failed perfectly. Immediately afterwards, poof! Yunshin held the black crystal black poison claw and stabbed the black figure's head hard. The sharp poisonous claws penetrated the black shadow's head without any hindrance, causing the black shadow to fall to the ground instantly. You killed the goblin scout. You have gained 500 experience points. A thin goblin with a height of only 1.2 meters was seen lying on the ground. His head was penetrated by Yunshin's poisonous claws, and his body was still twitching. This is the lowest level little scout among the goblin tribe, responsible for patrolling the habitat, and will quickly send a signal to other goblins if something strange is discovered. And this scout obviously wanted to enjoy the results of killing Yunshin alone. I also want to eat Yunshin's delicious and fresh flesh and blood alone. Have you seen? This is Goblin, selfish, greedy and cunning. He also has his own thoughts, unlike a computer monster who only follows the leader's orders. It is precisely because of this that the difficulty of exploring this map will rise sharply. Would you like to collect it? Collection successful. You obtained Goblin Skull ×1, Broken Rusty Armor ×1, Sharp Bone Dagger ×1. After Yunshin collected it, he did not continue on the right path rashly. Instead, he got into the nearby woods and moved forward in a secretive and low-key manner. Why didn't he fight his way through? That's because the goblins here are no longer low-level monsters without any intelligence like corrupt zombies and violent murderous rabbits. When you kill them with great fanfare, those goblin scouts will definitely return to their lair and report the battle situation here to the leader of the race. At that time, the goblin race will all enter a state of defense and come out in full force. Even Yunchen cannot defeat them. Actually, to put it bluntly, Yunchen's current level is still too low. Level 16 is just the threshold level for Goblin Canyon. If you want to explore this map, you have to be smart and not reckless. Wait. It seems that some players have already come in to explore the other road. Just when Yunchen was sneaking around like a ghost, he found several goblin corpses on another road. The body has been collected but has not disappeared, indicating that it was very close to the time when it was killed. After the monster's corpse is killed, it will always exist if it is not collected, but if collected, the corpse can exist for up to 60 minutes and at the minimum 10 minutes, the mobs usually disappear. In less than 10 minutes, so it can be judged that some players explored here a few minutes ago. I have to hurry over and see what kind of strength this team is. If the team is too strong, then they will be the first to seize the huge resources of Goblin Canyon. Yunchen pondered, while speeding up and going deeper into the canyon. Soon, he saw this exploration team at a fork in the canyon. There are 5 figures in total, 3 men and 2 women. The extraordinary professions of the 3 male players are warrior, archer, and swordsman respectively. The extraordinary professions of the 2 female players are mage and priest respectively. This is a very versatile Discovery Squad lineup. There are ranged ones, melee ones, auxiliary ones, and front row ones, and their levels are all 18. This level is really not low. What does it mean? It means that the 5 players in this team are not short of money in real life. Look at their equipment, which is shining with a faint glow. You can tell at a glance that they are all rare equipment above level 10. In the early stage of this game, it is not an ordinary person to have such a level and equipment. They must have spent a lot of money to hire a leveler to level up every day and night. At this moment, the team saw a goblin team head-on. There are a total of 10 goblins in the goblin team, 5 goblin warriors, 2 goblin priests, and 3 goblin archers. The goblin warrior is level 17, 3 meters tall, as strong as an ox, holding a steel battle axe, wearing steel armor, and wearing a steel helmet. You can tell at a glance that the defense is extremely high. The 2 goblin priests had a lively look in their eyes. They stood behind, shaking the rotten wooden scepters in their hands and releasing skills. I only saw some black magic energy injected into the 5 goblin warriors, making the 5 goblin warriors more powerful, and the 3 goblin archers also scattered at once, aiming at the swordsman and archer on the player's side. Why not aim at the 2 female players? Because there is a default rule in the goblin race: whenever they encounter human creatures, all males will be killed and eaten, and females will be kept alive as a fetal bed for reproduction, even if this is a game. Don't forget it. This shelter for all game is very real. Players can use props such as ropes and handcuffs to capture each other alive. Monsters can naturally capture players alive.